She's won world championships. She's won Olympic gold medals. She's been named Canada's Athlete of the Year. She's an officer of the Order of Canada. She's won a Gemini Award for broadcasting. Catriona Le May Doan, should I keep on going or just cut to the chase and welcome you here to Breakfast Television?
Good morning. I'm a little stubborn, aren't I?
Nice to have you. Talking in the break, you say I'm a bit of a planner. I'm a bit of a type A personality.
Yes.
That's probably how one becomes an achiever, I would imagine, too.
Yeah, and pretty driven, pretty stubborn. Not easy to get along with. Put it that way.
I have to ask, when you watch video like that, when you watch what you just watched, what does that fill you up with? I know what I watch and feel when I watch you sitting here on the couch. What does that, when you watch this, what do you think?
Sometimes it makes me nervous. I'm thinking, oh, what's going to happen? Uh-oh, I kind of know. But, actually what happens is I watch it and I see the mistakes, technically.
Really?
Yes, because there's no such thing as a perfect race. And I think just the fact that you have to be a perfectionist to a point when you're an athlete. And when it comes down to hundreds of seconds, so when I see the video like that, I'm going, ooh, oh, that could have been faster. Oh, darn it.
I know, I mean, it's
Wow.
certainly fair to say that you have a special place in the heart of so many Canadians who will forget you bearing Canada's flag. And I mean, there's all these wonderful moments, but I know that there's so many moms right now that are watching that also probably have just as great of respect for you for the fact that you've got 2 children, you're a proud mom yourself, 5 and 8. Retirement for you hasn't really been retirement so much as just a whole new job.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. At 32, when you retire, you sort of look at yourself and you go, okay, what now? And it's been different, and it's great because as an athlete, you have to be very selfish. And as a parent, it's not about you anymore. It's about your children. But the great thing is that the 2 things that I'm passionate about, people in sport, I can still do that, even being a mom. Now I just have no sleep and I don't eat as well. Those are the differences.
Have you transferred that passion to sports and discipline that you had to your children? Do you find that was very important and integral in your life that you want to see sort of in their lives?
Well, commitment. When they say they want to do something, they have to do it for the year. My daughter, who's 8, she's a little bit of a mini me, so I can see later on that she might be in an individual sport. My son, I mean, he's a true boy. He weighs the same as his 8-year-old sister, and as long as he's ramming into people and wrestling, he's good.
That's a
I know
true
that,
boy.
no kidding. Your brother-in-law would certainly like to see this NHL lockout figured out.
Cousin-in-law.
Cousin-in-law, pardon me.
Yes.
Bart is cousins with Shane.
Yes,
I should have
first
done my
cousins.
research, Catriona. But this NHL lockout, I mean, I know that you've obviously had a wonderful career as an athlete. Do you kind of wish that Canadians would focus on other sports instead of just talking about this all the time?
I love hockey. I really do. But it does get a little frustrating because every time you turn on a TV, you're watching a World Juniors from, I don't know, 5 years ago, and you think, there's Olympic sport on TV. Everybody, let's talk about how great the Canadians are doing in all of the other sports. So it does get a bit frustrating, and I understand there are issues going on there. I don't even try to understand them, but I look at all of the athletes that dare to wear the maple leaf, and they do it for not a lot of money. So it does get a little frustrating.
Before we run out of time, I want to ask you about this. I know that we're heading into the winter season. A lot of Canadians are going to look for ways to keep healthy, and a big part of that is the air that we breathe. And we see that the demands, the cardiovascular demands that you certainly had to deal with as an athlete. Tell us about this Air One filter.
Yeah, it's by Bionair, which is a Canadian company, which is really important for many, many people. As a mom, you do everything to keep your children safe and keep them healthy. We start buying organic food. We have them eat properly. In the winter, we try to hydrate. And yet, looking at the statistics, we spent 90% of our time indoors in the winter, and our air is so dirty. So this air filtration, all it is it stands in the corner of your room, and they look really funky now. They have a great design, and I have them all over my house, and it cleans the air. And so you take it for granted when you go inside and the air in your home, and yet even if you have allergies, even if you don't, the germs at this time of year, the kitchen odors. So, it's a great time as we lead into Christmas, looking at New Year's, looking at healthy, or looking at getting gifts for people. I would really recommend it. I have them all over my house, and I absolutely love them. And I know my kids are breathing clean air, which is so important.
Yeah, no kidding. There you have it. I mean, isn't it one of these things, too, where we don't understand what's in that air we breathe?
Oh, that's scary.
If it works
once we see some insight into it,
Yes.
same sort of a thing the first time you look through a microscope.
Oh,
you're
yeah.
like,
Or you take a filter out of something and you're like,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A furnace
I took a
filter.
filter out. It's only a month old, and it goes for 4 to 12 months, and I already looked at it, and I thought, oh, my goodness.
Well, it's working, right?
Exactly.
Catriona, always good to see you, and hope to
you.
see you again soon. Anytime you're in
Nice to
Edmonton,
see you
swing on
guys.
by.
Thank
Catriona
you.
Le May Doan, we will be back with more after this. News, traffic, and weather set to go at 6:29 Tuesday morning.